highly recommended Thai dramas with the Here's a list of highly recommended Thai dramas with the contract marriage romance trope that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Some will make you laugh, some will break your heart, and some will leave you completely obsessed. Starting off with number 10 is Channel 3's My Secret Bride, and we're rating this a 7 out of 10. Dan is a young police officer who comes from a respected and powerful family. After being promoted to deputy superintendent at such a young age, many of his subordinates refuse to take him seriously. To them, he is nothing more than a product of nepotism. Determined to prove himself, Dan becomes willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means entering a contract marriage with a young woman named Suwam. Dan believes Suwam may be connected to the dangerous people involved in illegal dealings that he has been trying to track down. To get closer to the truth, the two agree to pretend to be husband and wife for 3 months. But what Dan does not know is that Suwam has a secret mission of her own. She only agreed to the fake marriage because someone is also paying her to spy on him. As secrets begin to pile up and feelings slowly get involved, their fake relationship becomes far more complicated than either of them expected. Number 9 is Channel 3's My Husband-in-Law, and we're giving this drama an 8 out of 10. Moy and Tien have known each other since childhood. While Tien only sees her as a friend, Moy has secretly been in love with him ever since their school days. Things take a dangerous turn when Tien gets involved with a woman he believes is single, only to discover that she is actually married to a mafia man. Once the affair is exposed, Tien suddenly finds himself in serious danger. To protect himself and create distance from the woman, Tien agrees to enter a secret contract marriage with Moy. The plan is simple. They will pretend to be husband and wife until everything settles down. For Moy, it feels like a dream come true to finally be by Tien's side, even if the marriage is fake. But things become more complicated when the woman becomes deeply obsessed with Tien and starts wanting to leave her husband just to be with him. And the longer the woman keeps coming between them, the longer Tien is forced to stay with Moy. At number 8 is Unwilling Bride from Channel 7, and we're giving this drama an 8 out of 10. May and Cade are both left heartbroken after the people they were supposed to marry suddenly disappear on their wedding day. Feeling lost and humiliated, the two strangers end up drinking together, pretending to be a married couple and sharing their pain through the night. But after getting completely drunk, things take an unexpected turn when they spend the night together. The next morning, May wakes up shocked and overwhelmed by what happened. Cade quickly offers marriage, but May immediately turns him down because she does not love him. Just when they think they can move on and forget everything, fate pulls them back into each other's lives once again. May's family hotel business is on the verge of bankruptcy, while Cade, who works in real estate, becomes interested in buying the hotel. And then, out of nowhere, Cade receives a blackmail message containing photos from the night he and May spent together. Knowing how badly the scandal could affect them, Cade warns May and comes up with a frantic solution. He suggests that they pretend to be secretly married so that if the photos are leaked, people would not question why they were together. For May, the situation is even more dangerous. As a well-known socialite in Bangkok, a scandal like this could destroy both her reputation and her family's struggling business. With no better choice left, May agrees to Cade's plan. The two begin living under the same roof, pretending to be husband and wife, while slowly getting pulled into feelings neither of them expected. At number 7 is another drama from Channel 7, The Defendant Bride. We're giving this one an 8.5 out of 10. Ing Jan comes from an aristocratic family, but behind their name and status lies a mountain of debt that is about to destroy their lives. Living with her manipulative aunt, Ing Jan is forced to marry a wealthy old man to pay off their massive debt. Desperate to escape her fate, she runs away on the very day of the wedding. While trying to flee, she crosses paths with Sichon, a mysterious vineyard owner. Begging for help, Ingjen asks him to take her away before she is dragged back into the unwanted marriage. Sichon agrees to help her, but instead of freedom, Ingjen finds herself trapped in another shocking proposal. Sichon offers her a contract marriage. He asks her to stay married to him for 1 year, and in return, he promises to pay off all her family's debt. Confused and suspicious, Ingjan questions why a rich man like him would want to marry someone like her when she literally has nothing to offer. Sichon calmly tells her that he simply wants to raise his social status by marrying someone from an aristocratic family. With debt collectors still chasing after her and her aunt, Ingjan has no choice but to accept the deal. But what she doesn't know is that Sichon has known her for quite some time. The two had already met years ago while they were abroad. Sichon intentionally offers the marriage with a hidden motive. Behind his calm smile is a painful past connected to Ingjan, and his real plan is far more cruel than she could ever imagine. He wants her to fall deeply in love with him, so he can break her heart in the end. At number 6 is The Crown Princess from Channel 3, and we're giving this drama an 8.5 out of 10. Princess Alice is the next in line to the throne. Orphaned at a very young age, she was raised under the care of her grandfather, the king. But despite her royal blood, not everyone in the palace wants her to become the future ruler. Even members of her own family strongly oppose her claim to the throne. Their hatred grows so deep that Alice begins to suspect they are behind the attempts to assassinate her. Still, despite all the danger and opposition, she is officially crowned as the successor to the throne. Hoping to continue her duties away from the growing tension inside the palace, Princess Alice travels to Thailand for a business trip. But even there, the threats against her life continue to follow her. After a series of attempts on her life, the king decides that the princess must temporarily stay in the country until those behind the attacks are caught. To keep her hidden and protected, they plan to have Alice stay inside a Royal Navy accommodation. And to avoid suspicion, she must give up her royal identity and live as an ordinary woman pretending to be a Navy officer's wife. And the king personally chooses Lieutenant Commander Dawin to protect her. Dawin himself is far from happy about the situation as he doesn't want to marry the princess. But as a loyal Navy officer, he accepts the mission out of duty. Against her will, Princess Alice is forced into a contract marriage with a man she barely knows. The two will have to deal with each other and live under the same roof while danger closes in around them. The cold and disciplined officer and the stubborn princess find themselves caught between duty, trust, and unexpected feelings. At number 5 is Different Lines of Horizon from Channel 3, and we're rating this a 9 out of 10. Chin and Tong were once best friends, close like brothers. But everything changes when Tong's fiancée, Siri, commits suicide inside Chin's rubber estate, leaving behind a letter accusing Chin of raping her. With no solid evidence, the police are forced to release Chin. But even after he is cleared legally, his life is already destroyed. The rumors spread fast, and from that day on, he is labeled as a rapist. On the other side, Chanaka is the only daughter of a wealthy businessman. But when her father falls seriously ill, everything collapses. Their family goes bankrupt overnight, and she is forced to return from abroad just to find a job that can pay for his medical treatment. Her best friend, who secretly has feelings for her boyfriend, recommends Chanaka to her cousin, Chin. But her intention is far from good. She wants Chanaka to end up trapped in Chin's remote rubber estate, hoping history will repeat itself and Chin will hurt her the same way people claim he hurt Siri. Hearing the dark rumors about Chin, Chanika immediately backs out and refuses to work with him. But life pushes her into a corner. With no money and no way to save her father, she is forced to reconsider everything. At the same time, Tong tries to pull her away from Chin, but Chin makes a shocking and tempting offer that could solve all her problems. He proposes a contract marriage to stop himself from being forced into marrying another woman chosen by his mother. But beneath his cold offer is something deeper. Chin is secretly drawn to Chanika. He cannot stand the idea of her being with another man, especially not Tong, his best friend turned rival. At number 4 is Imported Bride from Channel 7, and we're giving this drama a 9 out of 10. Don's grandfather leaves him a huge inheritance, including farmland and 300 million baht, while his cousins only receive 100 million baht each. But there is one strict condition. Don must get married and have a child within 1 year, otherwise everything will go to his cousins. His cousins are confident he will fail, thinking it is easier for him to raise cattle than to find a wife. Don, who once had his heart badly broken, swears he will never fall in love again. But his determined mother refuses to give up. She finds a potential bride for him, Lisa, a socialite. Lisa, however, is already struggling with her own problems. Her father is drowning in debt from a loan shark, and Lisa is nearly taken to force into prostitution. Don's mother saves her from that fate, but in return, she asks that Lisa marry Don. Neither Don nor Lisa wants the marriage. They don't love each other, and their first meeting turns into disaster because of a misunderstanding. Desperate to make the marriage happen, Don's mother pretends that she is terminally ill. Out of guilt and pressure, Don and Lisa finally agree to a marriage, believing it is only for 6 months, the time they think his mother has left. To please her, Don and Lisa agree to get married for 6 months, believing that is all the time Don's mother has left. The two then set up a contract marriage that benefits them both. However, Lisa has no idea about Don's condition to produce an heir. At number 3 is GMMTV's romantic comedy, The Sand Princess, and we're giving this a 9 out of 10. Kat is an orphan who manages to get through school with the help of her wealthy friend, G. G is a carefree, easygoing guy, but one day he gets a woman pregnant, and she leaves the baby right at his doorstep. Feeling lost and unprepared, G turns to Kat for help, offering her money and a condo for her to raise the child. At first, Kat refuses, not wanting that kind of responsibility. But she changes her mind when she realizes she doesn't want the baby to grow up like her, abandoned and alone. Years pass, and the baby grows into a little girl, with Kat raising her as her own daughter. Everything changes when Ki, G's older brother who lives next door, accidentally discovers the truth that the child Kat is raising actually belongs to G. Meanwhile, G is already engaged to Ki's ex-girlfriend, whose father is a major investor in their company. Her father threatens that he will pull out his investments from their company if G does something stupid or stains his daughter's name. To make things more complicated, the ex-girlfriend is still not over Ki, which only makes the situation even more emotionally complicated for everyone involved. To fix the situation, Ki suggests a contract marriage with Kat. Kat is hesitant at first, but eventually agrees when she realizes it may be the only way to protect the child and everyone involved. But what Ki doesn't know is that Kat is not the child's real mother. As they all get closer, emotions begin to blur. G starts to realize he has feelings for Kat, while Ki slowly finds himself falling for her as well. And what was meant to be a simple solution turns into a complicated web of love, loyalty, and hidden truth. At number 2 is Channel 3's Kanchai Putapat, and we're giving this a 9.5 out of 10. Pat is a brilliant neurosurgeon from a noble family, and he has already been arranged to marry a woman from another respected family. Despite his status and responsibilities, Pat has no interest in love or marriage at all. Everything changes the moment he sees Keo at a city pageant. One look is enough for him to be completely drawn to her. But Keo's life takes a dark turn after she wins the pageant. What should have been a dream becomes a nightmare when she learns that the prize comes with a terrifying price. She is expected to be handed over to the pageant's main sponsor, a wealthy old man. As a naive country girl with no one to protect her, Keo finds herself trapped and desperate. When her path crosses with Pat, she clings to him for help, her only hope in a situation she cannot escape. Pat, however, initially misunderstands her. He believes she is just like the others, using her beauty to gain money. Keo, on the other hand, refuses to explain her situation, keeping everything to herself. But when Pat finally learns the truth, everything changes. He decides to help her and gives her the protection she desperately needs. Knowing the powerful old man behind the pageant, Pat realizes the only way to keep Keo safe is to make her untouchable. He knows the old man doesn't mess with a woman who is already married, more so to a noble man like him. And so Pat makes a bold decision. He tries to convince Keo to enter into a contract marriage with him. And at number 1 is Channel 3's Win's Hidden Love, and we're giving this drama a 9.5 out of 10. Nan and Pran are identical twins. Nan is a volunteer doctor working in the mountains, while Pran is the CEO of a medical equipment and supply company built by their father. Pat, on the other hand, is a hardworking accountant from the countryside who has always dreamed of making it big in the city. But her life falls apart when her own boyfriend, who is also her colleague, tricks her into embezzling millions from the company she works for, which also happens to be Pran's company. She loses her job and is forced into a deal where she admits to the crime and agrees to repay every cent she is accused of taking. With nowhere else to go, she returns to her hometown, desperately trying to figure out how to convince her mother to sell their land so she can pay off her debt. That's when she meets Nan, the warm-hearted, handsome, and playful doctor. The two do not get along at all. He constantly teases her, and she finds him extremely annoying. But circumstances push them into an unexpected deal that benefits both of them. Nan offers to pay off her debt, but in return, she must marry him. Nan has his own reason. He needs this arrangement so he can avoid being forced to marry a woman he doesn't love. Pat agrees, thinking it is only a paper marriage. She plans to repay him, get a divorce, and move on with her life. But as time passes, the distance between them disappears as they slowly fall for each other. And they decide to turn their relationship into something real, choosing love instead of just a contract. Just when their feelings begin to deepen, a sudden attempt on Pran's life changes everything. Pran ends up in a coma, and Nan is forced to step into his twin brother's identity in secret in order to uncover the truth behind the attack. Now, Pran becomes Nan in the public eye, while Nan is forced to live as Pran, taking over the life of the no-nonsense CEO while hiding his true identity in plain sight. Pat then receives the devastating news of her husband's accident and rushes to his side to take care of him, unaware of the truth. And from the shadows, Nan can only watch the woman he deeply loves stay faithfully by his brother's side, caring for him day and night, while he silently suffers in jealousy, unable to hold her, unable to tell her the truth, and unable to reveal himself to her. For more recommended Thai dramas to watch, hit like, share, and subscribe. She started a dangerous game of love. If he wins, he can have her and all that belongs to her. But if she wins, he must give up everything and walk away with nothing. Nook is a fierce young woman from a wealthy family, someone no one dares to challenge. Her greatest pride is her family. As an only child, she shares a deep bond with both of her parents. But Nook returns from studying abroad and is shocked to discover that her beloved parents got divorced. She cannot believe her mother is celebrating her new single life with such joy. Even more unbearable is the news that her father is already captivated by a former beauty queen, young and almost her age. Nai grew up under the care of Nook's mother. She treats him like her own nephew, but his real mother abandoned him when he was just a boy. Nook's parents took him in and raised him to become a good man and a successful business executive. He owes them everything and remains fiercely loyal, even supporting them through the divorce. Nook cannot forgive him for that, and she openly vents her anger at him. Though they have known each other since childhood, she has never truly liked him. Nook will do anything to keep her father away from his young lover and bring him back to her mother. Lucky for her, Nai is always there, silently cleaning up her messes and covering her schemes. Her mother remains calm about the divorce, and she knows she cannot force her father either. But Nook is relentless. She plots, she schemes, and her mother quietly plays along. Nook manages to bring her parents to live in the same house again, but her mother brings Nai along to live with them as well. Nook reacts with clear displeasure. She cannot stand him meddling in their family affairs. Her annoyance grows until she begins interfering in his life, including his work. She has never thought highly of him, so she is stunned to learn that he holds a high executive position in her father's company. From that moment, she forces her way into the company, taking on a task meant for Nai. She becomes desperate to prove herself, determined to push him out and win control. Nook's mother grows concerned about her obsession with other people's affairs. She decides to find a way to distract her. She comes up with the idea of finding Nook a boyfriend. The two finally meet at a company event on an island. Nook's father, however, is not pleased. He doubts the young man and asks Nai to keep an eye on her. Nook and the guy start getting to know each other and seem to genuinely like one another. During the company party, they both get drunk and lose track of each other. Nook is left alone, partying on the beach. Fortunately, Nai finds her. Without her room key, he takes her into his room, though in the end, he brings her home safely. Rumors spread that Nook spent the night in Nai's room, and she hears them with her own ears. Furious, she storms straight to Nai and confronts him. She unleashes a storm of insults he can no longer bear. She accuses him of taking advantage of her and claims he made her believe she could not resist him. She tells him how much she hates him, and he vows to make her forget her words. Nook, on the other hand, notices how he steals glances at her. She steps up her game, treating him kindly, but with a hidden agenda. Her plan is to win him over and crush him in the end as revenge. Nook's mother warns Nai that Nook is sly and only playing with his emotions. She is genuinely concerned, seeing how much he feels for her daughter. Nai is grateful that she does not resent him for catching feelings, but he is willing to put his heart on the line anyway. Nai decides to play Nook's game, hoping to tame her and win her heart in the end. At first, everything goes well. Nook begins to open up to him, and the two grow closer until he starts to confuse her. She brushes it off, reminding herself that it is all just a game. That is, until she discovers his past love, her father's new girlfriend. In an instant, everything falls apart, and they are back to square one. Things spiral out of control, and Nook finds herself caught in a scandal. Once again, Nai comes to her rescue, taking all the blame. To protect Nook's reputation, they are forced into an arranged marriage. Nai clearly cares for her, but Nook claims she agreed only to get back at her father's new girlfriend, who has never truly moved on from Nai. She wants her rival to suffer, to feel the same pain, while she marries the man she truly loves. Nai knows her intentions. He knows it is all a game to her. They both agree to play this game of love. Nai vows to turn the game into reality and win her heart. But Nook challenges him that if he wins, he can have her and everything that belongs to her. But if she wins, he must concede, leave everything behind, and walk away with nothing. Yet how long can she keep her guard up? When every glance, every touch, every word slowly brings him closer to winning her heart. Game of Love captured the spotlight, becoming one of Channel 3's top-rated Thai dramas in the year it premiered in 2018. Its captivating story reached fans around the world, gaining popularity across the globe. But what truly mesmerized viewers was the undeniable chemistry between James and Tao. This was their second drama together, following the massive success of their first, the period hit drama, One Land, One Sky. Want more top Thai drama recommendations? Check out our channel and hit subscribe. A powerful general rises through the ranks and dares to overthrow the government. Hungry for control, he orders his army to capture all the kings and queens ruling the 33 cities of the state. In the city of Jai, the king and queen receive the warning just in time and flee for their lives. Since they are only visiting the city, they leave behind the one person they love most, their daughter, the princess. The ruthless general has his eye on her. He wants to make her his wife. And so, his soldiers storm the palace to take her. But she refuses to be taken. With only her loyal court lady by her side, the princess escapes under a sky of gunfire. As the chase intensifies, the two women are forced to split up. Alone and on the run, the princess crosses paths with a mysterious soldier in a black suit, Lieutenant Pasu. He tells her he and his partner were sent on a secret mission to rescue the royal family. She smiles, thinking he already knows who she is. But her smile fades when he says he's there to protect the court lady, while his partner is off to find the princess. She tries to tell him the truth, but he doesn't believe her. Still, in every dangerous moment that follows, Pasu throws himself in the line of fire to protect her. Without even knowing her true identity, he risks everything for her. In order to complete his mission, Pasu must get her safely to the Thai border. They face every threat together, and a special bond begins to form. One built not on titles, but on trust, courage, and something neither of them expected: love. But the princess is already betrothed to another. If she chooses to follow her heart, she'll be breaking centuries of royal tradition.
Part 1 of the Gentleman Thief sequel has taken viewers by storm. Fans are raving about the gripping storyline and the undeniable chemistry between the main leads. The Rebel's Heart delivers heart-pounding action in the style of Extraction, as the hero fights tooth and nail to rescue the heroine from danger. It's the perfect mix of edge-of-your-seat thrills and sweeping romance, a ride you won't want to miss.
Fa was trained to be the best bandit in their clan. Skilled, smart, and respected by many. Yet never enough for his father, who always favored his cunning older brother. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Nampung comes from a noble family. Her mother is determined to shape her into the perfect bride. She is promised to a young police lieutenant, but she has no desire to marry him. So she secretly travels to the village where he is assigned, hoping to talk him out of the arranged marriage. Before leaving, she writes a letter to her family, pretending she's simply visiting a friend and promising to return soon. Back in the bandit village, it's time for Fa's father to choose the next leader. He gives both sons a dangerous task: break into the police lieutenant's house. Whoever brings back the most valuable items will become the next leader. The two groups set out on their mission. Fa's brother has more than treasure in mind. He's also after the lieutenant's fiancée after hearing she's staying in the house. But Fa gets to her first. He wins the challenge, stealing both the valuables and Nampung herself. The prize? Fa is forced to marry her. Nampung begs for time, but Fa's father has darker plans. He orders Fa to get her pregnant and send her back to the lieutenant as revenge. Fa is against the idea and tried to delay the marriage. But his father threatens to hand her over to his older brother if he refuses. Left with no choice, Fa agrees to the wedding, not to claim her, but to protect her. Nampung, unaware of the danger she was saved from, resents him. To her, he's the enemy. She believes in love. She dreamed of freedom. Now she's stuck as the wife of a bandit. But Fa won't give up. Inside the bandit's nest, surrounded by threats and secrets, he does everything he can to shield her, holding back until the moment felt safe enough to bring her home, where she belonged.
Sweet Abyss of Hell is an absolute hit. It smashed TV ratings and kept viewers hooked from beginning to end. Fans couldn't stop praising the sizzling chemistry between the leads, the gripping storyline, the intense action, and the jaw-dropping twists. Every episode delivered non-stop thrills and emotion, and Mike and Mook's pairing was so powerful and well-loved. that they reunited in 2021 for the remake of the classic romantic comedy revenge drama, My Beloved Enemy.
Kate is a bright young woman who is still finishing school, living a quiet life filled with warmth and love from her family. Every day feels safe, simple, and full of promise. And her heart already belongs to someone. It belongs to Pooh, her best friend, her childhood sweetheart, the boy who has been by her side for as long as she can remember. Sake is the only son and the president of their family company. He is a no-nonsense boss who does not tolerate dishonesty from his employees. He lives under one roof with his wife, his mother, and his sister, bound by duty and family name. He is deeply in love with his wife, giving her his trust without question. But inside that same house, not everyone shares his feelings. His mother watches his wife with cold eyes, filled with doubt, never fully accepting the woman her son loves. A quiet suspicion grows in her heart. She suspects that Sake's wife has not been honest about her condition. Each time she asks her to see a doctor, the wife finds a way to avoid it, offering excuse after excuse. And so, she forcibly brings her to the hospital to get her checked. Then the truth finally comes out. Sake's wife can no longer bear a child. The doctor reports that she had her uterus removed 5 years ago, way before she met Sake. At 18, she got into a car accident and her uterus had to be removed. The miscarriage she once claimed and blamed on Sake was never real. Everything has been a lie. When Sake learns the truth, he is crushed. The pain cuts deep, but what hurts even more is the reason behind it all. He realizes she did not marry him for love, but for his money. The man who once gave her his whole heart is left with nothing but betrayal. His wife breaks down, begging him to forgive her, trying to cover up her lies with one excuse after another. Instead, he sends her away, ending their marriage and wanting to divorce her. Kate's father is a good man who loves his family and does his best to provide for them. But behind their backs, he falls into gambling. At first, he wins, and the thrill pulls him deeper. Soon, the wins stop, and the losses begin to pile up. Each time he loses, he borrows more from the casino. They keep lending to him as long as he promises to pay it back. The debt grows quietly, like a shadow he cannot escape. He works for Sake's company, living his days as if nothing is wrong. Then one day, by chance, he overhears a private conversation inside his office. His mother is asking for an heir. She wants one to carry her name into the future. His ex-wife has been struggling to get pregnant, and the pressure inside the family begins to rise. When Kate's father runs out of money, he crosses a line he can never take back. He starts stealing from the company, taking what is not his just to feed his growing addiction. It does not take long before the company notices the heavy losses. Suspicion begins to rise, and all signs start pointing to him. At the same time, the casino is already demanding the money he owes, closing in on him with no way out. Sake gathers enough proof to expose everything. The truth is finally within his reach. And then, Kate's father suddenly disappears. The casino searches for him, threatening his family to pay his debt or else. And, without warning, Sake storms into their house, demanding that they bring him out. His voice is cold and firm, shaking the quiet home and leaving the family in shock. Kate and Sake have met before, when she visited her father's workplace and modeled for their company. Even then, they do not get along. But this meeting is far worse. Sake stands before her, his eyes filled with anger as he speaks without holding back. He calls her father dishonest and shameful, tearing apart the image they have of him. Every word cuts deep, leaving Kate and her family stunned, hurt, and unable to accept the painful truth. In that moment, everything falls apart. Kate and her family finally see the truth about the man they trust. And with it comes the fear of how deep the trouble really is. Kate's mother, filled with fear and worry, begins searching for her missing husband. She refuses to give up, holding on to hope even as the truth weighs heavily on her heart. Meanwhile, thugs from the casino attempt to kidnap Kate and her sister. Coincidentally, Sake and his men spot them and rush into them before they can be taken away. He tries to negotiate with the thugs to let the girls go, but they refuse to listen. With no other choice, they charge in and fight back. Sake pulls Kate to safety while his men take her younger sister. Sake still cannot stand Kate, but he has to push his feelings aside as they fight to escape. In the end, they manage to get away from the thugs. Despite the hurtful things he said in the past, she feels deeply grateful for his help. And soon enough, Kate's mother finds her husband. But the thugs catch him before she can get to him. She dares to help him get away. As they run for their lives, a gunshot rings out, and her husband is hit. Kate's mother cries out for help, her voice trembling with fear and urgency. The commotion draws the attention of everyone nearby. With no way to stay, no choice but to flee. The residents rush in, coming to their rescue. Kate's mother rushed him to the hospital, staying by his side. While her husband is being taken care of, she calls her friend, Pooh's mom. Pooh's mom informs her that Sake has gone to their house to collect her husband's debt, now reaching 32 million baht. The news leaves her in shock. The weight of everything crashing in from all sides becomes too much to bear. She can no longer hold it in. At last, she breaks and confronts her husband. As his secrets get exposed, her husband finally tells it all. He confesses everything to his wife, every lie, every mistake, every debt he can no longer escape. To make things right and answer for her husband's actions, she calls Sake herself. Not long after, Sake and his family arrive at the hospital, with police officers by their side. But before they can take him away, he asks to speak with them in private. He makes an offer. He reveals that he once overheard their private conversation about wanting an heir, about the struggle Sake's wife is facing. And then, without hesitation, he says the unthinkable. He offers Kate. He offers his own daughter to bear the child they have been longing for. The room falls silent. Sake is stunned, his anger rising as he struggles to believe what he just heard. He rejects his proposal with utter disgust as it feels cruel and inhuman. Kate's mother is shattered by her husband's proposal. The thought alone breaks her heart. She refuses, unable to accept that her innocent daughter, still so young and full of dreams, would be dragged into something so cruel. But reality closes in on her. With no way out, with debts pressing from every side, her strength begins to fade. The choice she is rejecting slowly turns into the only path left. Meanwhile, Kate visits Sake at his workplace to personally thank him for agreeing to negotiate her father's case. She offers to do anything in return, not wanting to owe him anything, which amuses Sake. Taking her words the wrong way, he steps closer and makes a move that catches her off guard. Kate freezes, realizing he may have misunderstood what she meant. Confused and shaken, she rushes back to her mother and asks what kind of agreement her father made with Sake. Her mother is stunned to hear that she went there and even offered something in return. Frustration takes over. Her mother suddenly tells her to pack her things. She says she is taking her to Sake's house, leaving Kate in shock. With anger and pain in her voice, her mother says she must work to help pay her father's debt. Panic sets in as Kate asks what kind of work she has to do and why she needs to stay in Sake's house. But her mother says nothing. She turns away from the questions and pulls Kate out of the house. Sake's ex-wife refuses to end their marriage and demands to see him, hoping they can fix everything. But his mother and sister stand in her way, refusing to let her get close and making it clear they will never accept her again. Driven by desperation, she threatens to take her own life right in front of them. The tension rises, the air turning heavy with fear. Just then, Kate's mother arrives, breaking the chaos for a moment. Sake's mother seizes the moment, something already forming in her mind. Kate's mother steps forward and says she has brought her daughter. But Sake's sister is quick to respond, saying no agreement has been made. Still, Kate's mother does not back down. Seeing her firm decision, Sake's mother allows her to bring Kate inside. Then, face to face with the ex-wife, Sake's mother delivers her words without hesitation. She tells her that her son already has a new wife and will never take her back. The new wife can give him the child she never could. Sake's sister adds to it, introducing Kate's mother as their new mother-in-law. But the ex-wife refuses to accept it. She insists that she is still the legal wife and no one can replace her. She mocks the idea, saying no other woman can come between Sake. In that moment, everything becomes clear to Kate's mother, them trying to hit two birds with one stone. Sake's mother reminds her that this idea did not come from them, but from her own husband. Even so, Sake's mother accepts the offer. Though still hesitant, Kate's mother is left with no choice but to agree. The two mothers reach an agreement. Kate will bear the heir, and in return, every debt will be erased. The money taken from the company will be forgiven, and even the casino will be paid in full. Sake is not pleased to see Kate in his house. He looks at her with cold eyes, thinking her father really believes her pretty face can soften him. She quickly explains that she is only there to work and help pay her father's debt. So he questions her, asking why she has brought her bags if that is all she came for. And she answers that she was told to stay there. His expression hardens. He accuses her of trying to get close to him. She shakes her head and denies it. She insists that her father ordered her to come and work to pay his debt, nothing more. And so he dares her to pay the debt herself, leaving her confused. Then, without warning, he steps forward and forces himself close to her again, catching her off guard. His words cut deep as he hints that she is there to give him a child. Kate is left in shock. He goes on, saying he needs to test the product himself, especially with such a high price, suggesting that she might turn out to be cheap. Tears fall from her eyes as the pain becomes too much. She pushes him away and slaps him across the face, telling him he has no right to treat her that way. Unable to bear it, Kate runs to her mother, her voice breaking as she asks for the truth. Is she really there to give Sake a child? Her mother stays still, her face unreadable. Then she says it. It was her father's idea. She tells her she must become a surrogate and bear a child for Sake to pay off the debt. Kate stands frozen, unable to believe what she is hearing. She feels her world collapse. Then the pain rushes in all at once. Tears fall as she begs her mother not to let this happen. She begs her mother to take her home, her voice filled with pain and fear. But her mother does not waver. Sake's family watches in silence, clearly shaken by what they see. Kate's mother then admits the truth. She forced her daughter to come without telling her anything. Only then does Sake begin to understand. Pushed to the edge, Kate's mother places her daughter in their hands, her heart breaking with the choice she has made. Even they are left in disbelief, unable to understand how a mother could do this to her own child. Unable to handle the truth, Kate runs away. She goes straight to the hospital, her heart filled with anger and pain as she confronts her father. She looks at him with disbelief, disgusted that he can sell his own daughter. Her voice trembles as she tells him that her dream is not even that big. She only wants to marry and be with the man she loves. And now, his own father has destroyed it. She is not ready. She still has school to finish, a future she has carefully dreamed of. And there is someone she loves. Someone who holds her heart. Someone who shares her dreams. Someone she plans to marry when the time is right. But in a single moment, everything falls apart. Her mother stands there, helpless, tears falling in silence. Meanwhile, Pooh hears the news from Kate's siblings. Without wasting time, he goes to the mansion and confronts Sake. He pleads with Kate to come with him to leave everything behind. But Kate refuses. She tells him she has to stay. Knowing how he loves her, she asks him to forget her. Pooh is shocked to hear those words from her. He can hardly believe what is happening. But there is nothing he can do. Kate has already chosen her fate. Sake stands firmly against the whole surrogate idea. He makes it clear that he does not like Kate, does not want to see her face, and does not want her anywhere in the house. But his sister brushes it off, telling him he does not need to like her. Once they have the child and settle the debt, everything will be over. Hearing it only makes him more annoyed. Nevertheless, Sake's mother makes sure Kate is well taken care of. She may seem strict and firm, but she treats her with quiet kindness, and the same is true of his sister. She carefully prepares her for the role she must face, making sure her health is in good condition and that all her needs are met. Kate listens with respect and follows every instruction without complaint. She does her best to serve and help the family in any way she can, preparing them food and cleaning Sake's room. Sake reacts with disgust, hating everything she does. But Kate is as stubborn as he is. She fights back, matches his attitude, refusing to be bullied. Sake's mother begins to suspect that he may be pushing Kate away out of fear that he might actually fall for her. Sake's sister has previously told their mother how Kate once made him smile when she modeled for them back then. So Sake's mother makes sure the two grow closer together, making her his secretary. And they constantly clash. Kate deliberately does things just to annoy him. Sake wants to get back at her, but she always slips away to safety. Their constant bickering and back-and-forth games amuse both his mother and sister. They wouldn't want to miss it for anything. They are impressed by how Kate can handle Sake and his temper, holding her ground without backing down. Sake's ex-wife, however, refuses to give up. She keeps showing up uninvited, determined to speak with him. Sek finally has had enough and comes out to face her. She still believes he is deeply in love with her, but Sek shuts it down. He introduces Kate as his new wife, making it clear that their marriage is over. He tells her to leave and never come back, to stop bothering him. She agrees to leave, but not without a promise. She swears she will never give up, and that she will not let any other woman take him away from her. But working together slowly brings Kate and Sek closer to each other. Unfortunately, his ex-wife, who has someone watching him, uncovers something about the family hiring Kate as a surrogate. Her suspicions grow stronger. She begins to believe that Kate and Sek are not a real couple. And it leaves Sek's mother worried. So, she immediately informs Sek. He stays calm and tells Kate to follow his lead. Since his ex-wife refuses to give up, Sek and Kate are forced to act like a loving couple, going as far as sharing the same room. Kate feels uneasy having him so close, pretending to be real lovers, while Sek seems to enjoy every moment of it. He keeps reminding her to stay in character, warning that his ex-wife could be watching at any time. Sek grows used to having Kate around, and without realizing it, his mood begins to change. She feels like a breath of fresh air, easing the weight of his work and responsibilities. But just like his ex-wife, Pooh refuses to give up on Kate. He keeps finding ways to help her, determined to get her back. He boldly tells Sek that they have promised to marry each other. At the same time, with her father falling sick, Kate looks for ways to earn money and help her family. Sek cannot ignore the jealousy building inside him, especially when other men try to get close to her and offer their help. But his pride holds him back. He cannot admit what he truly feels, not when everything between them begins as nothing more than an agreement. So instead, he turns cold and distant. Kate cannot understand the sudden change in him. The anger in his eyes confuses and hurts her. She grows frustrated, just as he does. What makes it worse is what Sek assumes. He thinks she lets other men get close to her. But with him, she becomes more restrained, as if she does not want to be close to him. Her restraint only fuels his jealousy, a feeling he can no longer control. He thought he can easily win her heart. But Kate has seen too much of his arrogance and harshness. It is hard for her to believe that his feelings could ever be real. And yet, a quiet question stays in his mind. Does she truly feel nothing for him? Kate, on the other hand, is trapped by the life forced upon her. Circumstances has decided her fate, pushing her to stay with a man she has never chosen. She lets go of the man who truly loves her, the one who understands her, the one who knows she is only doing this for her father. He has waited for her and promises to wait even more, assuring her that he will still take her back and accept her even after everything. He holds on to the hope that she will come back to him when everything is over. But what if, after everything, she can no longer look back? What if her heart has already been completely swept away? La Retrie became a huge hit for GMM1 when it aired and quickly gained massive popularity. This drama sparked the rise of the Cousine Sean Est for Sean and Esther. Their chemistry was insane, and it is probably one of the reasons this drama became such a big success, alongside its exciting and intriguing storyline. This is also Esther's first lead role in her career after she moved from Thai Channel 3 to GMM1. It is a highly rated drama and definitely a must-watch. For more top-rated Thai dramas, subscribe now. With a threat damaging to her reputation, she unwillingly marries a stranger. May and Cade are both left heartbroken after the people they were supposed to marry suddenly disappear on their wedding day. Feeling lost and humiliated, the two strangers end up drinking together, pretending to be a married couple and sharing their pain through the night. But after getting completely drunk, things take an unexpected turn when they spend the night together. The next morning, May wakes up shocked and overwhelmed by what happened. Cade quickly offers marriage, but May immediately turns him down because she does not love him. Just when they think they can move on and forget everything, fate pulls them back into each other's lives once again. May's family hotel business is on the verge of bankruptcy, while Cade, who works in real estate, becomes interested in buying the hotel. And then, out of nowhere, Cade receives a blackmail message containing photos from the night he and May spent together. Knowing how badly the scandal could affect them, Cade warns May and comes up with a frantic solution. He suggests that they pretend to be secretly married so that if the photos are leaked, people would not question why they were together. For May, the situation is even more dangerous. As a well-known socialite in Bangkok, a scandal like this could destroy both her reputation and her family's struggling business. With no better choice left, May agrees to Cade's plan. The two begin living under the same roof, pretending to be husband and wife, while slowly getting pulled into feelings neither of them expected. The Unwilling Bride, also known as When I Marry a Stranger, became so popular when it aired. We are rating this drama an 8 out of 10. Mick and Pukluk looked so good together on screen. Their playful banter was hilarious, and their chemistry was perfect. It is crazy how they didn't get to do another drama after this. If you liked this video, hit like and share. For more recommended Thai dramas to watch, subscribe now. Against her will, she is forced to marry the son of her late father's rival. Rab is the eldest son of a Thai, Chinese family. Although his family doesn't have royal Thai status, they are very wealthy, owning a large real estate corporation. Rab holds power and authority alongside his father, and his siblings love and respect him as their eldest brother. Kunying Ai is the only daughter of a royal Thai family. She is a well-known interior designer. With her talent, grace, and royal blood, and not to mention her beauty, she is adored by many, including Rab. She is dating an architect named Wasin. But that doesn't bother him. Rab has longed to meet her in person, but he is met with a cold shoulder. He refuses to believe that side of her, until her cold demeanor starts to bother him. Things only get worse when Ice Mother decides to marry Rab's father right under her nose. She and her mother are left behind by her late father, whom she looks up to and loves dearly. Rab's father is her father's business rival. Something happened that caused her father to resent him. He took that hatred to his grave, but passed it on to Ai. Feeling betrayed by her own mother, her hatred toward Rab and his family only intensifies. But her life as royalty comes crashing down when his cold-blooded uncle, together with her envious cousin, demands that she repay her father's debt worth a shocking 80 million baht. Her uncle is blinded by greed, while her cousin is driven by pure jealousy. She is given 2 months, but if she fails to come up with the money, her uncle will take their mansion. The mansion is her most prized possession, left to her by her late father. Ai's misfortune does not stop there. She accidentally hits a woman with her car, causing the woman to have a miscarriage. Ai is filled with guilt and distress. But little does she know, the accident is actually the result of an attempt on her life. Rab's father cannot just sit by and watch his new wife's daughter suffer. He and Rab come up with a plan to protect Ai. Their solution is to have her live in their mansion. With their rivalry, it seems like a long shot. Rab and his friend Manap connive to pressure Ai. Manap pretends to be the victim's older brother and demands a 5 million baht settlement for her accident. Ai's debt now rises to 85 million baht. Rab then steps in to save her from misery, something her cunning boyfriend, who has turned his back on her, cannot even help with. Ai is pushed to the brink. She has no option but to accept Rab's offer. But it comes at a price. She has to marry Rab's younger brother, Ram, who, by the way, has serious mental issues. Fortunately for Rab, Ram has not met Ai and rejects the idea of marrying her. So if Ai agrees, she would have to marry Rab. To his delight. But her pride gets in the way. She would rather be a lady without a palace than marry him. Yet her series of misfortunes leaves her with no choice. Ai agrees to marry Rab to everyone's surprise. The agreement is solely between the two of them. As long as her signature is on the marriage certificate, she keeps her palace, and all her financial woes are taken care of by him. However, Ai makes it clear that she will only be his wife on paper. Their relationship is purely that of a creditor and a debtor, and she will get her freedom back once she pays what she owes him. Rab cannot ask for more. Her saying yes is good enough for him. Or is it? With her now so close, he takes the chance to woo her. Despite her coldness, he gives in and continues to treat her kindly. But I cannot get past the fact that he is the son of her father's enemy. To her, he is her enemy as well. How could she possibly betray her father and fall in love with the enemy? But living under the same roof, Ai finally sees the kind of man she is married to. In her eyes, her husband is a perfect gentleman, a capable son, a loving brother, kind, warm-hearted, and undeniably good-looking. She cannot understand how he comes to love her so deeply, and how willingly he gives everything for her without asking for anything in return. Little does she know, he has been keeping his eyes on her, quietly captivated, for years. And he will do everything to make her fall in love with him. And it is only a matter of time before she can no longer hold it in and admits to herself that she is falling for him too. Sami is Great and Preem's second drama together, following the success of their on-screen pairing in the hit Five Brothers series. Produced by the same team that couldn't ignore their chemistry, it quickly became one of Thai Channel 3's top-rated dramas. Want more top Thai drama recommendations? Check out our channel and hit subscribe. He has to find her missing body, or he could lose her forever. Yeo is a dedicated police officer. He is usually calm and composed, but when it comes to work, his temper flares easily. He has no patience for criminals. Namrin is the only daughter of a real estate mogul. She is engaged to Thorn, her childhood friend. She has everything she could ever want, but she is the biggest spoiled brat. One day, Namrin gets herself into a drag race in broad daylight. She ends up in a terrible car accident. Yeo gets the alert and rushes straight to the scene. There, he meets Namrin for the very first time. But no one else seems to see her except him. Yeo shrugs it off, thinking it's nothing. Not until Namrin suddenly shows up at his house, crying. Namrin is confused and in complete distress. But both are shocked when they realize she is actually a ghost. Namrin grows even more desperate for Yeo's help. She can't remember anything about herself, not even her name. Yeo faces a dilemma. He wants her out of his life. But Namrin keeps showing up. She doesn't understand why she appears at his place or wherever he goes. She has no control over it. Yeo can't do anything either, but he lets her be. Yeo has work to do as a police officer, and Namrin grows impatient. She wants to find her body, believing she is still alive. But she has no choice but to wait for him. To his surprise, she proves useful in the drug cases he is working on. And every time she helps, fragments of her memories start coming back, one by one. The two clash from the start, sparks flying every time they meet. He can't resist teasing the pretty ghost at every chance. And then an ex-lover shows up, shaking things up. Namrin seizes the moment, teasing him back with a mischievous grin, knowing he's not the relationship type. It's all fun and games to her, until it isn't anymore, as she starts to get attached to him. And Yeo, he just loves pushing her buttons and making her jealous. Slowly, she starts to grow on him, slipping past his walls. He usually keeps his heart locked away. But with her, it's different. She is his only exception, the one who slowly gives his life meaning. As her heart starts to open to Yeo, the truth hits her like a storm. She is engaged to another man. On top of that, his ex-lover keeps getting in their way. Worse, the clock shows no mercy, and her time is running out. They must find her body, or she won't be able to return. Yeo will risk everything, face every danger, just to bring her back to life. Two Worlds of Love is a very fun Thai drama to watch. This is one of the many dramas where Mark plays a fun and lighthearted character. He didn't try to be funny. He just naturally acted in a very comedic way, which is completely different from his heavier dramas. Back in 2015, comedy wasn't really known as Bella's strong suit, not until her romantic comedy Mekala's Castle in 2016, and her big hit drama in 2018, Love Destiny. This drama gently foreshadows her potential as a comedic actress. It is a breath of fresh air, with the perfect blend of action, comedy, romance, suspense, and thrill. Want more top Thai drama recommendations? Check out our channel and hit subscribe.
Superburit Judathep series, also known as the Five Brothers series, is a popular Thai drama series from 2013. This series aired on the popular TV network Channel 3. It has 5 parts, each containing 10 to 13 episodes. Each episode runs for 1 hour and 50 minutes. This series blends the elegance of period drama with the heat of romance, the charm of comedy, the warmth of family, the edge of suspense, the rush of thrills, and the roar of action, all in one unforgettable experience. Prepare for a roller coaster of emotions as the series dives into beloved tropes. Arranged marriages that spark unexpected passion, childhood friendships blossoming into love, hidden desires kept secret, poor girl, rich guy clashes, mysterious secret identities, and fierce enemies who can't resist becoming lovers. This series is where humble beginnings gave rise to today's brightest Thai stars. Watch as Grade and Preem, Pope and Mew, James G and Bella, Bomb and Tao, and James Ma and Mint light up the screen, proving that legends are born from unforgettable stories. Kunchai Teratorn, Part 1 of the Five Brothers series.
Teratorn, an archaeology professor, is the eldest of the 5 brothers. He is the first in line expected to tie the knot. And he is arranged to marry Kunkate, the eldest daughter of a noble family. But he's long been secretly in love with her younger childhood friend, Ma Prung.
Great and Preem's sizzling on-screen chemistry was simply undeniable. Audiences couldn't get enough, leading to their reunion in Sami, an enemies to lovers tale of a contract marriage, known in English as husband, where sparks fly and hearts collide. The Five Brothers Series 2, Kunchai Pawarnru.
Pawarnru, a diplomat, is the second of the 5 brothers. His grandmother looked down on him because his mother was a maidservant. After his heartbreak, he was betrothed to a southern girl. Meanwhile, Wanrasa, his estranged noble childhood friend, has secretly admired him for years. But to her dismay, he had forgotten about her. And when they get the chance to meet again, she pretends to be a merchant's daughter, hoping he'll remember her.
The second installment stands out as the longest in the series, unfolding over 13 episodes. Set against the breathtaking backdrop of Switzerland, where romance and destiny cross borders. The third installment of the Five Brothers series is Kunchai Puttapat.
Puttapat, an accomplished neurosurgeon, is the third of the 5 brothers. He is arranged to marry Maratri, a nurse from a noble family. But then comes Keu, the beauty queen who turns his life upside down. And he'll end up marrying her, to save her from a dirty old man.
As the third installment drew to a close, the series ratings soared, marking the birth of the beloved Kujin, the so-called OTP, or one true pairing, of Bella and James. Their magnetic on-screen chemistry won them a dedicated couple fan club, and audiences couldn't get enough. They later reunited in the top-rated arranged marriage period drama Padi, Warada, or Beloved Loyal Wife, cementing their status as a classic pairing. Now, nearly 9 years since Beloved Loyal Wife aired in 2016, they're set to reunite once more in the upcoming 2025 romance period drama, My Sassy Wedding, which promises a thrilling mix of comedy, action, and black magic, as Bella herself revealed. Kunchai Ra Cha Nan, the fourth installment of the Five Brothers series.
Chai Lek, a civil engineer, is the fourth of the five brothers. Unwilling to marry, he sneaks out and runs away from home. He gets in trouble while hiking in the woods with some locals. Soy, a refugee, rescues and brings him to their secret, well-protected village. She isn't fond of him, but she has no choice but to put up with him. He runs from one marriage, only to land in another. He is her only real chance to protect herself and her people.
The fourth installment burst onto screens with impressive ratings right from its premiere and only climbed higher all the way to its finale. It didn't just soar, it broke records, earning the highest ratings for both a single episode and its unforgettable finale. Audiences were hooked by an irresistible plot woven with mystery, supernatural elements, adventure, action, and a sweeping romance that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. The fifth and last installment of the Five Brothers series, Kunchai Ronapi.
Ronapi, a Royal Thai Air Force pilot, is the youngest of the five brothers. He is set to marry Willarampa, a noble family's youngest daughter. But a commoner, Kwan, a rising actress and dancer, catches his eye. And he believes she is a gold digger targeting his betrothed close friend. He tries to keep her away from his friend, but ends up falling for her instead. And he introduces himself as a farmer's son, to see if she'd still choose him.
The soaring finale ratings of the fourth installment carried seamlessly into the premiere of the fifth. Viewers adored the lead couple, with special affection for the female lead, Kwan, brought to life by Mint Chalita. This final chapter kept the ratings flying high, firmly cementing the series' success and lasting popularity. Have you seen this series? If so, which installment is your favorite? Share everything you loved about it in the comments below. And if you haven't watched it yet, now's the perfect time to dive in. Don't forget to subscribe for more top-rated Thai drama recommendations. This drama could have been truly top-notch if not for a few flaws. Today, we are reviewing Channel 3's top-rated Thai drama, Sami, also known in English as Husband. We have already uploaded the full drama synopsis and recap on our channel, so be sure to check the link in the description. For those who have not watched it yet, Sami follows Rab, the male lead, who carefully forces Ai, the daughter of his father's new wife, to marry him in order to protect her from secret attempts on her life, something she is completely unaware of. Rab is also the son of Ai's late father's business rival, which makes her strongly opposed to marrying him. However, as her financial problems continue to pile up and Rab becomes her only way out, she has no choice but to marry him and eventually falls in love with him. This drama tells a story of romantic love and love for family. It highlights the importance of love, trust, forgiveness, and respect, not only between partners, but within the family as well. Despite being a modern drama, it carries a strong period drama vibe. Although there are a few light moments, this is a pure drama. The first episode is filled with ambiguity, making you wonder what is really going on. Because of that, you feel compelled to continue watching the next episodes. And before you know it, you're already hooked. There are several villains in the story, but it is refreshing to see more characters working together on the side of good as well. Now let's talk about the forced marriage aspect. The couple actually gets together quite early in the series, and it does not even take halfway through the story. What makes it nice is how Rab makes the effort to date Ai before they officially get married. Of course, he does trick her into dating him, so their sudden marriage does not look like he got her pregnant, which adds a bit of humor to the situation. The chemistry between them is a perfect 10 out of 10. Beyond their constant back-and-forth bickering, their expressions say so much about their love-hate relationship. She throws insults and everything in between, and he just smiles like it doesn't bother him at all, keeping his eyes locked on her, as if that's the only reward he needs. He is completely smitten by her. Is such a gentleman. Thank goodness for this forced marriage with a gentle male lead. He woos and pursues her with so much romance, and she is clearly trying to hold it in the entire time. Now, as good as the drama was, it wasn't perfect. Let's look at some of its flaws. At the heart of the conflict are money and unrequited love, sometimes even obsession. The drama can get quite heavy and tense, with moments that feel almost toxic. At times, the story focuses more on these conflicts than on the romance, which can feel a bit off for some viewers. As much as Rab is a good man, he has his flaws too. For one, he has a side chick with whom he had a no-strings-attached agreement. Worse, he got her pregnant and didn't handle the situation gently. He rushed to get her out of his life so he could marry Ai. Of course, no man is perfect, and that includes a fictional male lead like him. That's just how the writers chose to shape his character, and while there's nothing we can do about it, it's worth pointing out. At some points, Rab can be incredibly frustrating. He seems clueless about everything happening around him. That's where you really give props to Ai. She has a strong sense of what's going on, showing herself to be smart, loving, reasonable, and resilient. Early in the series, she is consumed by hatred, but as the story unfolds, her character grows beautifully despite all the conflicts. She truly embodies the qualities of a Kun Ying, a virtuous, noble young woman from a royal family. It is admirable to watch her as a wife, and the respect they have for each other as husband and wife is truly inspiring. Before we give our overall rating, here's an interesting trivia about this drama. Kimmy was originally supposed to play Kun Ying Ai, but she decided to focus on her studies at the time. Even now, Kimmy and Great have never starred as a main pairing, despite being on the same channel for years. Channel 3, please give it a try and cast Kimmy and Great in a drama together. Shout out to Thai Channel 3 producers out there. This is a pairing fans would love to see. Kimmy would have been great in the role, but it's hard to imagine anyone else playing Kun Ying Ai than Preem. She was awesome, and the role was rightfully hers. Her chemistry with Great is so natural and electric, it's hard to believe they were never a Kujin. For those who don't know, Kujin is a Thai term for a one true pairing or love team, like Yaya and Nadek or Mark and Kimmy. Overall, we're giving this Thai drama an 8 out of 10. This is absolutely worth watching. What about you? How would you rate Sami? Share your thoughts and reviews in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. You guys, the more you watch Sami, the more you get drawn in, especially in the final episodes. You'll definitely want to watch it all the way to the very end. It's crazy how you end up more invested in the resolution of the conflicts than in the romance of the main leads toward the end. This is definitely a highly recommended Thai drama you don't want to miss.
He swore that even if she were 10 times prettier, he would never fall for her. Nung, a young and handsome diplomat, is the son of an ambassador. He returns home after years of study in France, carrying the weight of expectations. His expected return becomes the talk of the town. Pum, on the other hand, is an orphan. She lost her parents when she was only 4 years old. From that day on, her life changes forever. Her aunt becomes her only shelter. And she grew up deeply bonded to her cousins, her closest comfort. She lives a grounded life built on patience and gratitude. Pum is a teacher. She tutors a disabled student from a prominent royal family. Nung and Pum knew each other since childhood. But Pum does not remember him fondly, because he used to bully her when they were kids. He looked down on her because she was an orphan. He called her short and fat. He once told her that he could get anything he wanted. His cruel words left a deep mark on her heart. And so, Pum is not thrilled to meet him again. Although she has already seen his face in the newspaper, Nung has no idea what she looks like now. At a clubhouse party, a game is held for the young men and women. The rules are simple. Those who are paired must dance together. Pum is paired with Nung. The pairing shocks her. Nung, however, is struck by her beauty the moment he sees her. Yet he still has no idea who she is. To Nung's surprise, Pum refuses to dance with him. She turns away and walks out of the room. She leaves him standing alone without a partner. The rejection hits Nung's ego so hard that he runs after her. No woman has ever dared to refuse him before. Pum becomes the first. She leaves behind a very bad impression. Since that night, Pum does everything to avoid him at all costs. She keeps her distance, careful not to cross his path. But a random visit to Pum's foster home changes everything. Through her cousins, who are also Nung's cousins on his father's side, he finally learns the truth. The ill-mannered, beautiful woman who rejected him at the party is Pum. Her cousins cannot stop praising her beauty. They gush about how she has changed, no longer the short, fat girl he used to bully as a child. At Nung's welcome party, Pum decides to skip it. She plays tennis with her friends instead, far from the celebration. Her uncle's sister despises her. She is envious of the life Pum has built with the support of her wealthy brother. She bullies Pum whenever she can. She accuses her of using her beauty to trap rich men. She and her daughter insult her constantly, reminding her to stay in her place. With Pum's beauty, she is seen as a threat. Every woman in the city has eyes on Nung, and Pum stands out. They speak badly of her to him, claiming she uses her charm to seduce wealthy men. Meanwhile, Nung receives a letter from his sick best friend, asking him to come and meet. When he comes to visit, he finds the friend's mother instead. The mother looks remorseful as she speaks to Nung about a woman. She tells him that the woman and her daughter were very close and went to the same school together. The woman used to visit their home, and her son, Nung's friend, had fallen in love with her. But when he was sick, the woman disappeared and never returned. The mother assumes that the woman left because her son was no longer useful to her. She is furious at the woman and asks Nung to intervene. Nung asks for her name, but the mother doesn't seem to remember. But he soon discovers that the woman is Pum. Nung already holds a terrible impression of Pum, even before truly meeting her. Meanwhile, the older brother of Pum's disabled student becomes captivated by her the moment he sees her. He falls for her kindness, her beauty, and her gentle heart. He happens to be Nung's cousin, the son of his mother's sister. He speaks openly to Nung about Pum. He calls her beautiful, adorable, and sincere. Each word only deepens Nung's suspicion. He begins to believe that Pum is using her beauty to attract wealthy men. Nung and Pum's first real meeting is far from pleasant. The moment they face each other, tension fills the air. They fall into a heated verbal exchange. Nung throws insult after insult at her without restraint. Pum stands her ground, fighting back every cruel word he throws at her. Meanwhile, the older brother of Pum's student must leave for America. And he cannot leave his younger sister alone in their house. His sister refuses to stay at their father's mansion. She is too afraid of her stepmother, who constantly bullies her. Her brother turns to Nung's family for help. As relatives, they agree to take her in until he returns. He asks Nung to watch over his younger sister. Pum has no choice but to come to Nung's house to continue tutoring her student. It becomes a burden she cannot escape. As Pum begins teaching at Nung's home, the tension between them only grows. Their sharp banter continues day after day, with neither willing to back down. Nung sees Pum as proud, arrogant, and stubborn. Pum sees Nung as controlling, selfish, and obsessed with winning. She thinks he looks down on everyone beneath him. Nung swears that even if Pum is 10 times more beautiful, he will never fall for her. And Pum responds that she will never fall for an entitled man like him. Nung convinces himself that Pum is cruel at heart. Knowing she resents him for their painful past, he deliberately provokes her. He teases her endlessly, determined to get under her skin. He wants to expose who she truly is, or at least who he believes her to be. Yet everywhere he turns, he hears nothing but praise about her. Nung grows irritated whenever Pum talks to other men. Even the smallest interaction sets him off. He teases her even more, unable to hide his annoyance. Pum only fuels his anger by playing along with his assumptions. She pushes his buttons on purpose, watching his temper rise. Nung wants the men around her to see her as he does, especially his smitten cousin and his best friend. He hopes they will keep their distance once they know what kind of woman he believes she is. He constantly reminds her that he will never fall for her charms. Yet Pum is not trying to charm him at all. As other men are drawn to her, Nung begins to realize the annoyance he feels is not anger, but jealousy he can no longer deny. As other women cannot get off their hands off of him, Pum finds herself quietly unsettled. To make things even more complicated, an unforeseen circumstance binds them in an arranged engagement. Can they let go of old wounds and unfair judgments? Can they finally see the sincerity hidden beneath each other's pride? Nung always wants to win. But can he win her heart instead? Pum never concedes defeat. But will love be enough for her to finally surrender to him? The One in My Heart is a light period drama blended with comedy. James and Yaya's constant back and forth bickering was hilarious to watch. Their playful clashes felt natural, teasing, and quietly romantic. The chemistry between them was undeniable from start to finish. This drama was the only project that featured James and Yaya as an on-screen couple. It became widely popular and well-received by domestic audiences. It also gained strong support from international fans. Both James and Yaya are already loved by global audiences, and this drama only strengthened their popularity worldwide. Want more top Thai drama recommendations? Check out our channel and hit subscribe. He traps her into marriage to keep her away from the man she once loved, now his sister's husband. Bo comes home after years abroad, only to find that the man she loved is now married to another woman. Heartbroken, she goes to a bar and drinks alone, trying to forget the pain. A stranger slips something into her drink, but she doesn't notice, drinking herself into a haze. He tries to take advantage of her, but she falls into the protective arms of Toss before anything happens. Not sure what to do, Toss takes her to a nearby hotel, carrying her with care. He stays by her side as she talks about her heartbreak, her voice shaking with sadness. Looking at her up close, he can't help but notice how beautiful she is, even through her tears. He feels sorry for her, a kind and gentle soul hurting over a love that is gone. Bo finally sobers up the next day. Despite Toss's kind intentions, she believes he took advantage of her. Angry and hurt, she accuses him of taking advantage of her, leaving him shocked. She storms off and they go their separate ways. One mistake leads to another, and she feels crushed by guilt and shame. Toss usually stays out of town, running a vineyard far from the city. One day, while in the city on an errand, he stops by his sister's place. He is met by his distraught sister, Ni. Ni has had a heart condition since birth, and Toss has always been overprotective of her. Ni is deeply in love with Pong, but Pong does not feel the same way. When Ni got pregnant, Toss confronted Pong, demanding him to take responsibility and marry her. Because of Pong's coldness, Ni is often jealous and suspicious, which frustrates Toss even more, especially when Pong meets his ex-girlfriend, the one he truly loved. By chance, Toss discovers that the woman is Bo, the girl he saved from being drugged. Pong can't get over his love for Bo, and Bo struggles to move on from him, though she knows their relationship is over and tries to cut ties. But Ni misunderstands, noticing Pong's repeated efforts to see Bo and assuming the worst. Toss can't just watch his sister suffer. After losing their parents, they only have each other, and he will do anything to protect her. He takes matters into his own hands. Believing Bo is a cunning woman who might steal his sister's husband, he confronts her. He corners her, making her believe that something happened between them that night in the hotel. Using this, he threatens her and forces her to marry him. For Bo, it is outrageous. In her eyes, Toss is nothing but a lowly, disgusting man who tried to take advantage of her. But Toss is persistent, even bold enough to involve the elders. He goes out of his way and convinces her parents that he will marry her. Her father is especially concerned about the family's honor and her reputation. Though Bo's family opposes it, they cannot bear to see her become Pong's mistress either. Bo doesn't want to argue with her strict father, feeling it would be useless. But she makes it clear that she does not want to be with Toss. Toss and Bo's family conspire and force her to live with him out of town at his vineyard. Bo is trapped, her freedom taken away. She is stuck with him with nowhere to go. And he makes sure she cannot escape. He keeps a constant eye on her. Bo hates Toss with all her heart. She is cold and mean toward him, saying whatever comes to mind. But he just loves teasing her, which only makes her angrier. Sometimes he softens, teasing her gently, and other times he turns completely tough. She calls him psycho. He calls her darling. She is disgusted by it, yet Toss enjoys reminding her of it every chance he gets. Bo can't think of anything but escape. She wants out. And she is willing to do anything to get away from Toss and never see him again. Toss marries Bo under the pretense of taking responsibility for the alleged incident between them, all to protect his sister's marriage. But Bo begins to grow on him, and he can't deny his attraction to her either. What started as keeping her away from Pong turns into frustration at the thought of her loving someone else. And so, he goes out of his way to help her forget Pong, hoping to help heal her broken heart. Bo is no longer interested in getting back with Pong, with her heart slowly swaying toward Toss. But Pong refuses to let her go, and Nee's fragile heart suffers more with every meeting. For her sake, Bo agrees to pretend to be a loving couple with Toss. Their love-hate, push-and-pull game becomes the perfect excuse to close the distance between them. And, in the process, Bo and Toss find themselves drawn to each other in ways neither can resist. Rotation of the Heart is undoubtedly our favorite Thai drama from Channel 7. A perfect blend of drama, comedy, romance, suspense, and thrill. Now shines as a sweetheart, her character full of strength and vulnerability. Porsche is effortlessly funny, yet he can switch to being serious in a heartbeat. And their chemistry? The tension was always there, be it a comedic or a romantic scene. This is their second drama together, proving just how perfect they are on screen. Although this drama is a remake, they made it far more romantic and gentle, moving away from the angry and harsh slap and kiss tone of the original, which makes it even more enjoyable for viewers. Want more top Thai drama recommendations? Check out our channel and hit subscribe. They have to pretend as husband and wife for his safety. Moy and Tien have known each other since childhood. While Tien only sees her as a friend, Moi has secretly been in love with him ever since their school days. Things take a dangerous turn when Tien gets involved with a woman he believes is single, only to discover that she is actually married to a mafia man. Once the affair is exposed, Tien suddenly finds himself in serious danger. To protect himself and create distance from the woman, Tien agrees to enter a secret contract marriage with Moi. The plan is simple. They will pretend to be husband and wife until everything settles down. For Moi, it feels like a dream come true to finally be by Tien's side, even if the marriage is fake. But things become more complicated when the woman becomes deeply obsessed with Tien and starts wanting to leave her husband just to be with him. And the longer the woman keeps coming between them, the longer Tien is forced to stay with Moi. My Husband-in-Law is well loved by fans around the globe. We are rating this drama an 8 out of 10. Fans just can't stop raving about the storyline and Mark Prin's chemistry with his heroine, Mu Nit Ta. How would you rate this drama? Leave your rating in the comments section. Kem and Wadi meet in the same university, where everything begins. Kem is once a bright student, but after his parents pass away, financial difficulties start to hit him. He struggles but keeps going, holding on to what little he has left. Wadi lives a different life. She is the only child of a well-off family, surrounded by comfort and security. Yet despite their differences, they choose each other. From their first year, their love quietly grows. Kem gives her something rare, something that carries his whole heart. A ring shaped like a forget-me-not flower. A promise that he will never let her go. They stay together from their first year in college, holding on to their love as they near the end of university. Everything feels certain. Everything feels right. Until the last semester of their final year in college, Wadi suddenly disappears. She leaves no goodbye, no explanation. Only a note telling him to forget her. Kem breaks. Shock turns into pain, and pain consumes him. Lost and unable to think, he gets into a terrible accident that almost takes his life. When he wakes, she is already gone from his world. The only thing he hears is the truth that shatters him even more. Wadi is now married to an old, wealthy man. Wadi does marry a rich man, but not out of love. Her father's business collapses, leaving behind a crushing debt of 200 million baht. The bank demands payment, and the man behind it is someone they know all too well. Her father's own friend. With no way out, Wadi is pushed into a choice she never wants to make. To save her family, she gives up her future. She marries the man her father owes, a man as old as her father, a man she cannot love. In that moment, everything she once has with Kem fades into silence. Even her name changes. From Surya Wadi, she becomes Suryong. Years pass and fate quietly turns. Su, once Wadi, is now a widow. She is left with 2 young sons, twins who become the center of her world. She returns to her parents' home, carrying the weight of loss and responsibility. With no one to rely on, she searches for work, determined to provide for her children and care for her aging parents. Life is no longer gentle, but she refuses to break. Far from her, Kem rises into a different life. He becomes the managing director of a fabric production company, powerful and respected. The pain of losing Wadi hardens his heart and fuels his drive. The woman he once loved is the reason he reaches the top. Kem is a cold and strict boss, feared by everyone around him. No secretary ever lasts by his side. One by one, they all leave, unable to endure his harsh demands. Until one day, his assistant finally finds someone who can take the job. Suryong, the woman from his past, a truth only the two of them share. Fate brings them face to face once again. The moment Kem sees her, everything he has buried comes rushing back. And instead of relief, instead of longing, there is only anger. He is furious to see her again. Kem turns Sue's work life into a nightmare. He treats her with cold arrogance, his words sharp and unforgiving. Every chance he gets, he reminds her of the past he believes in, that she chose money over love. Sue hears every word, and she understands his anger, and so she says nothing. She endures it all because she needs the job, because she has no choice. But she dares to stand up for herself, refusing to let him step on her, especially when she knows she is doing her job right. And it only annoys him more as he tries his best to intimidate her. However, Sue seems to be the most suitable secretary for him. She knows him too well, his habits, his preferences, the man he used to be in her memories. Then he notices something that unsettles him even more. She is still wearing the promise ring he gave her years ago. The sight of it stirs something deep inside him and only makes him more irritated. And so, Kem does not stop. He finds new ways to hurt her, even bringing another woman into the picture, Kanlong. She is the daughter of a hotel owner, raised in comfort and warmth. Beautiful, graceful, and full of life, gentle and kind, with a smile that easily wins hearts. And Kem uses her, knowing Sue is watching. Despite all his efforts to make Sue suffer, Kem cannot control what he feels. Jealousy creeps in every time he sees her with another man. It burns quietly, then turns into harsh words. He accuses her of flirting, of chasing after wealthy men, reopening the wound he never lets heal. But Sue is not alone. By her side is Ua, the son of her late husband, a man close to her age. Ua is gentle, generous, and every bit a true gentleman. He was supposed to marry Sue, but he rejected the idea of marrying a woman he had never met, especially someone he believed only wanted money. By chance, they met abroad when she ran after him to return his wallet. Their first meeting was warm and effortless, and she left him with a lasting impression. So when his father finally introduced her as his new wife, he was completely caught off guard. And in that moment, the decision he once made without a second thought became his greatest regret. From the very first moment he sees her, his heart chooses her in silence. He never forces it. He simply stays. Whenever Sue is in trouble, he appears. Whenever she feels alone, he is there to cheer her up. Steady, patient, and always ready to protect her. Sue only wants one thing: to move on, to bury the past and live in peace. But Kem refuses to let it end that way. Without her knowing, behind his calm and controlled image, he begins to plan. Knowing her weakness, he starts pulling their past back into the present, hoping it will break her defenses and make her finally give in. A quiet scheme, driven by the pain he has carried for years. He wants her to feel it, every ounce of the heartbreak she left behind. He wants her to hurt the way he did. But as revenge takes shape, a question begins to rise. Will it ever be enough to heal what was broken inside him? Can he really stand by and watch the woman he has always loved fall apart? And Sue, how much can she endure? How long can she keep her silence before everything inside her breaks? In the end, one question remains. Can you still love the one who once destroyed you? When your heart never truly lets them go. This is such a beautiful drama to watch. There is something about it that makes you want to keep watching once you've started. The excitement stays, the kind that makes you wonder what will happen next. As the story unfolded, everything slowly revealed itself, pulling you deeper with every scene. This was not a heavy melodrama. It had a perfect mix of drama, romance, family, and light humor that made every moment feel alive. A drama like this could never go wrong with Miss Sun. She brought so much depth and emotion into the story. It was also her first on-screen pairing with Tick after many years in the same network, Thai Channel 3, which is quite ironic because their chemistry was so good. And Tick, as Kem, brought a dangerously intense presence that gets under your skin. His revenge was so bad. It was uncalled for. He crossed the line, striking far deeper than he ever should have. And the second leads were just as lovable. They brought warmth and light into the story, balancing the heavier emotions with their optimism and steady presence. They felt like the calm in the middle of the storm. This drama is truly something special. It is a must-watch, a top-rated drama that continues to capture hearts even now. For more recommended Thai dramas to watch, subscribe now. They married each other under the pretense of spying on one another. Dan is a young police officer who comes from a respected and powerful family. After being promoted to deputy superintendent at such a young age, many of his subordinates refuse to take him seriously. To them, he is nothing more than a product of nepotism. Determined to prove himself, Dan becomes willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means entering a contract marriage with a young woman named Suwam. Dan believes Suwam may be connected to the dangerous people involved in illegal dealings that he has been trying to track down. To get closer to the truth, the two agree to pretend to be husband and wife for 3 months. But what Dan does not know is that Suwam has a secret mission of her own. She only agreed to the fake marriage because someone is also paying her to spy on him. As secrets begin to pile up and feelings slowly get involved, their fake relationship becomes far more complicated than either of them expected. My Secret Bride is quite popular among international fans. We are giving this drama a rating of 7 out of 10. How would you rate this drama? Tell us what you think about this drama and leave your rating in the comment section. Saran is born into a life of wealth and comfort. Everything feels certain, untouchable, until it all falls apart. When their family business collapses, his father takes his own life, leaving behind nothing but silence, shame, and a broken home. Saran and his mother are left to face the ruins alone. But Saran refuses to stay down. With nothing but his own will, he rebuilds himself from the ground up. Step by step, he carves his own path and rises to become a respected deputy sheriff. The fall of his family changes him. The loss strips away everything he once knew, and in its place grows a deep hunger for success, for honor, for something no one can ever take from him again. Yet even with that fire burning inside him, Saran never loses his sense of duty. Because above all else, he remains loyal to his badge and to his country. Rin is the kind of woman many would see as the ideal. She is beautiful, gentle, and kind, with a quiet grace that draws people in without effort. Yet behind that calm presence lies a life marked by loss. Her own mother abandoned her, leaving her without a past to hold on to. But fate did not leave her alone for long. Taken in as a baby, she grew up in a home that chose to love her. Her adoptive family raised her as one of their own, giving her the same care, the same education, and the same place beside their daughters. Among them, Rin stands apart. She carries the warmth and strength of her adoptive mother, learning not only how to think and speak with grace, but also how to care, to serve, and to keep a home with quiet skill. In a world that measures a woman by what she can offer, Rin seems to have it all. To many, she is the kind of woman any man would dream of making his wife. Meanwhile, Saran has already given his heart away. From a young age, it belongs to Duong, the girl who grows up beside him, the one who knows him before the fall, before the pain, before everything changes. He loves her deeply, completely, and she loves him too. But love is not enough. Bound by duty and her parents' wishes, Duong chooses a different path. She turns away from the man who holds her heart and agrees to marry a man of wealth, a life of comfort, a future secured by gold. Not with Saran. Not with a man who has nothing left but his name and his badge. The choice shatters him that he almost drowned himself to death. All they had, the promises, the memories, are left behind in silence. And Saran is left to carry the weight of a love that can no longer be his. Seeing her son drown in heartbreak, Saran's mother can no longer stand by and watch. In a quiet attempt to help him move on, she reaches out to an old friend, Rin's adoptive father. Long ago, he and her late husband made a promise. If fate allows it, their children will one day be bound in marriage. A promise made in better days. Yet even with that hope in her heart, she does not act without care. She asks for Saran's consent first. But Saran has no interest in love anymore. Still, he agrees, not because he believes in it, but because he does not. He is certain no family will ever give their daughter to a man like him, a deputy sheriff with no wealth, no name, and a past marked by ruin. So he lets the plan move forward, but not without a condition. He tells his mother to include the truth in the letter, that he will soon be assigned to the countryside in the south, a place feared by many, where rebels and bandits rule the shadows, a place no woman would choose. And in that belief, Saran waits, certain this will end before it even begins. But fate has other plans. To his surprise, a woman comes. She dares to travel just to stand by his side as his wife, even into a land feared by many. Saran can hardly believe it. But the moment he sees her, something feels off. She is not even one of the daughters of his late father's friend he expected. A woman named Burali stands before him. Rin stands there, confused at his reaction. And Sarun is not pleased. Not because she came, but because deep down, he knows she is not the real Burali. She was never meant to be the one, and Rin knows it too. At a party not long ago, his wealthy best friend, Chalat, points Burali out to him. Sarun has seen Burali before. The real Burali. And the woman standing before him now is not her. Confusion creeps in. Sarun is never close enough to know how many daughters his late father's friend truly has. To him, it doesn't feel right. Then the confusion turns into something darker. Anger. To him, it feels like an insult. As if the family thinks so little of him that they would send someone who does not even seem to belong to their own household. It strikes at the very thing he tries to bury. The shame. The doubt. The fear that no parent would ever willingly give their daughter to a man like him. A poor deputy sheriff with nothing to offer but duty and a broken past. And in that moment, Rin becomes something else in his eyes. Not a woman who came for him, but a stranger hiding behind a name that is never hers. Rin's adoptive father cannot bring himself to break a promise made long ago with Sarun's late father. It is a bond built on trust, one he refuses to turn his back on. But the truth is far from simple. The real Burali, the eldest daughter, has already given her heart to another man. The youngest has dreams of her own, a future she is not willing to trade for duty. And so, the weight of that promise falls on Rin. A girl who owes them everything. Raised by their kindness, shaped by their love, Rin cannot turn away. While her sisters hold on to their own paths, she chooses to let go of hers. For them, for the family that gave her a home, she steps forward and accepts the marriage. But what awaits her is not gratitude. It is rejection, from the very man she has chosen to stand beside. Sarun meets her with a cold distance that cuts deeper than she ever expected. She doesn't understand it, not his anger, not the pain he carries from a love she knows nothing about. And just when things cannot grow more complicated, on the day of their wedding, Duong returns. Without warning, she steps back into Sarun's life, stirring the past that is never truly laid to rest. Rin knows her place. She understands that Sarun will never fall for her, not now, not easily. But she is there to fulfill her duty as a wife, just as she promised her adoptive parents. And yet, even in her quiet obedience, she begins to catch his attention. Sarun notices things he cannot ignore. He is intrigued by her. He finds her effortlessly skilled in running a household, something that feels almost uncanny for a woman raised in wealth. He knows she is not Burali. He knows she is not who he expected. He begins to wonder who she truly is. And for the first time in a long while, a flicker of curiosity sparks in his guarded heart. Rin is determined to fulfill her duty, even as Sarun treats her with rudeness and distance. Still, she hopes deep down that he will one day treat her with respect. She is calm, polite, and measured in every word, yet she is not weak. Rin knows how to stand her ground. She knows how to fight for what she believes is right. Sarun is stubborn, unyielding, and she mirrors it back to him. She matches his sharpness with quiet strength, his distance with steady courage. And it irks him more than he wants to admit, because he realizes that she is a woman who refuses to bend, and it unsettles the control he thought he always held. It is hard for Sarun to swallow just how ideal Rin is as a wife. Even with Duong around, even with the past tugging at him, he just can't take his eyes off her. And when Rin's childhood friend, so enamored with her, enters the picture, Sarun feels a surge of possessiveness. He begins to assert his rights as her husband, and it confuses Rin. She knows he cannot possibly love another woman. But to Rin, she is nothing compared to Duong. Duong comes from a noble family, while she is just an orphan. She is willing to let Sarun go, to set him free so he can love the woman he truly wants. But she is trapped in a cruel dilemma. Does she stay, devoting her life to a man who may never love her? Or does she walk away, saving herself from the misery of a one-sided love? Sarun does not want to admit it, but he is already falling for her. And in that moment, it no longer matters whether she is Rin or Brarali. Yet conflict rages in his heart. Who should he choose? The woman he has loved for so long? Or the woman who vows to devote her whole heart to him, loyal and true as his wife? Beloved Loyal Wife garnered high views and became a favorite among Thai audiences when it first aired. Even today, it remains one of James and Bella's most beloved dramas. The story gives us a glimpse into the culture of arranged marriages, a practice still observed at the time, where it was ultimately up to the couple to make it work. This drama teaches an important lesson. Love isn't something you simply find, it's something you create. Each of us has our own love story, and the way it begins doesn't have to be the same as anyone else's. A heartwarming story rich with tender moments, gentle romance, and light-hearted laughter, with touches of action that keep you on the edge of your seat. If you're looking for a drama that touches the heart, this one is definitely highly recommended. For more must-watch Thai drama series, subscribe to our channel. Chin and Tong grow up as childhood friends, sharing dreams and building their own rubber estates side by side. But everything changed when Chin became the man Tong swore to hate. It happened on the day Siri, the woman Tong loved and planned to marry, lost her life. Siri, known by everyone as gentle and innocent, walked into Chin's rubber estate and ended her own story there. She left a note filled with pain, accusing Chin of raping her and leaving her pregnant. Crushed by fear, shame, and heartbreak, Siri chose death over her suffering. And Chin witnessed the moment she took her life, and the truth shattered him. Chin is soon branded by the entire town as a murderer and a rapist, a man people fear the moment he walks past. Whispers follow him everywhere, shadows cling to his name, and not a single soul dares to look at him without dread. As the world turns against him, his own mind becomes his cruelest enemy. Night after night, he is haunted by Siri. In every dream, he sees her lift the gun to her head, sees the moment she pulls the trigger, and feels the shock tear through him all over again. The image never leaves him, tormenting him long after he opens his eyes. As Chin and Tong's friendship crumbles, their rivalry seeps into everything they touch. What once is shared strength between them turns into fierce competition in business. The true storm begins when Chanaka steps into their lives. She becomes the woman who pushes their hatred even deeper, turning former friends into rivals in love as well. Chanaka is the only daughter of a wealthy businessman, raised with comfort and privilege. She studies abroad and lives like a royalty, glowing in every room she enters. She even has a boyfriend, Pat, the very same man her best friend San has quietly loved for years. San watches her from the shadows, hiding her envy as Chanaka continues to shine in places she can never reach. On the day of San's birthday, Chanaka receives a call that frees fear. Her father's condition takes a terrible turn, and without a moment of hesitation, she rushes home. There, she learns that he has fallen into lockdown syndrome, leaving him fully paralyzed from head to toe. He can no longer speak or move, and the only way he communicates is through the slow blink of his eyes. But the heartbreak does not end there. She is struck with the news that their family has gone bankrupt. Her father took a loan he can no longer repay, and the bank seizes their home. Desperate, she seeks help from relatives, but one by one, they turn her away. In a single night, Chanaka's entire world collapses before her. With the weight of the world on her shoulders, Chanaka chooses not to return abroad and instead stays to find work in the city. But the reality hits hard. Being still an undergrad, no one wants to hire her. She needs a job that can pay enough to cover her father's mounting hospital bills, yet every door seems to close before her. The pressure of responsibility presses down, and the city feels colder and harsher than ever. San takes her chance to pull Chanaka away from Pat. She calls Chin, her relative, and asks him to give Chanaka a job. To make the offer irresistible, she instructs Chin to promise a salary of 100,000 baht, leaving him shocked at the price. He hesitates, thinking it far too much, but San presses on, painting Chanaka's pitiful state to win his sympathy. Chin cannot refuse her, and finally he agrees. San delivers the news to Chanaka, who quickly accepts the job, even though Chin's rubber estate lies far out of town. San masks her true intentions as concern, yet every move is calculated to remove Chanaka from Pat's life. Deep down, she hopes Chin will repeat the cruel fate he dealt Siri, keeping Chanaka under his control. When Chanaka arrives in town, she tries to get a cab to Chin's estate, but no one will give her a ride. While finding her way through town, she runs straight into Chin. He is instantly captivated by her beauty, unable to look away. She has no idea that he is her new employer. Eventually, she finds herself in a small cafe, where Tong spots her for the first time. He feels a pull, something he cannot ignore, caught by her presence at first sight. Before long, he finds a way to meet her, as he offers her a ride to Chin's estate. And they begin to get to know each other, unaware of how tangled their lives are about to become. Even before meeting Chin, Chanaka hears the warnings about him. She sees how the town whispers his name, calling him a rapist and a murderer. Tong himself warned her, though he offers no details, leaving only a shadow of fear. When she finally reaches his estate and realizes it is him, Hank she sneaks away, running from the man everyone fears. Her resolve hardens. she will not work for him. But Chin has promised San he will help her friend, and he refuses to let her go. San persuades Chanika, assuring her it is for the best, and slowly, she agrees to stay and work under Chin. Chin feels frustrated by the way Chanika looks at him, sizing him up before even knowing him. Still, he brushes it off and keeps his promise to help her. Besides, he has been searching for a new office assistant. Chin is a good man at heart, but his temper and strictness as a boss make him almost unbearable to work with. No employee in the office dares to challenge him. He tells Chanika that he understands her situation and leaves the choice to her, whether to take the job or walk away. With no other offer even close to this, she gathers her courage and decides to accept the position. Chanika keeps herself on edge whenever she is around him, especially knowing she must stay in his house. To get his money's worth, Chin puts her to work on everything, from office tasks to household chores. As a sheltered, inexperienced young woman, she struggles to keep up and often doesn't know where to begin. She feels trapped, almost like a servant under his